Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-hey, my, what a wonderful day. Welcome, friends. Here we are to share a book today that I've been writing and illustrating, and it's a work in progress. And as you can see, this is the cover for Abby Finds Her Happy Place. It's a story of faith, hope, and resilience. And we go on to the dedication page to children everywhere who lived through the pandemic. And basically, this is for all of you, for your inner child, because we deserve a picture book too. In any case, I am going to start reading this book and showing you the illustrations that I've done so far. And then this is the first in the series, and then I will continue and do some illustrations in Photoshop and then put them in InDesign, and so that you can see everything in the process of working to design a book and get something ready for publishing. So I hope you enjoy it, and here we'll go and start. And this is the PDF, which was generated from the InDesign file that I have already. So here we go. And as I said, I hope you enjoy this. Abby was sad. She was not allowed to play in the park with her friends. She was not allowed to go to school. She could not even visit her grandma or grandpa. Daddy said, "You know, everyone, not just us, has to shelter in place. We don't want to catch that horrible, terrible virus going around all over the world." But Abby moaned, "I've been marking the calendar on our fridge, and it's already been 10 days." Time passed, and Abby grew more and more bored. She missed playing at school with her best friend Sandra. She missed her teachers. She missed Sunday school, and a lot more. Abby tried to think of positive things, like getting to sleep in on weekdays. But being in lockdown, she thought the bad things outnumbered the good. What if it never ends? Daddy kept trying to make Abby feel better. He told her jokes to make her laugh. "This is just a glitch. Everyone is going to do all they can. You'll see, things will go back to normal before you know it." Abby looked longingly out the window. That seemed like weeks and weeks ago, she thought. Abby whimpered as Daddy picked her up. "I am never going to get to play with my friends again. I really miss going to school." Daddy gave her a pat on her head. He tried to reassure her. "We just have to keep ourselves calm and do whatever we can to stay positive." And this is, before I go on, this is an instance of where you continually have to go over your artwork because you see something in the PDF that you need to correct. For instance, the words here are a little distorted because of the gray window frame behind them, so I will have to correct that by shading it again in Photoshop. So now we'll continue with the story. Abby felt better, but the next day she was sad again. Mommy came and sat down on the couch beside her. They watched her little brother, Amos, play happily with his big dump truck on the floor, and then take a turn on his green bouncing ball. Amos was too young to be worried or sad, and both Abby and her mommy were glad about that. "You know," Mommy said in a gentle voice, "when I was a little girl, not much older than you, I heard on TV that the whole world was going to come to an end the very next week." Were you scared like me, Mommy? Abby was trying to dry her tears. Her mommy's soft voice carried on. Well, yes, when I heard that, I was terrified. I hid in a corner of Grandma's attic. Your grandma had a way of helping me feel better. She told me there are many worrisome times in our lives when it looks like the world will come to an end. It helps if we have practiced connecting with that place of stillness inside ourselves. Then, when something happens, we remain calm and think of things to do from that perspective to help ourselves and others in troubled times. Abby was still sad. Mommy sounded like she was going to tell Abby a secret. After the world really didn't come to an end, I promised myself I would never be fooled like that again. I imagined playing with my dolls. I imagined flowers, trees, and green hills. I realized God loves all of us and made the world far too beautiful for it to end. Abby perked up her ears. She was starting to get it. Mommy continued, "It is okay to be sad or fearful sometimes. There are times I want to cry too, or things make me in a bad mood. That is when I try, little by little, to go to my very own happy place." Abby looked up. "Mommy, where is your happy place?" "It is a place where I feel grateful in my heart. Like the day you were born. It made me feel so happy. All of the beautiful things we remember in our happy place are like a heaven. They are gifts of God. When we become quiet within, it is like seeking God first and giving thanks, regardless of what is going on outside. God sees more than we see, so by listening, we get good ideas to act on instead of being fearful. How do I find my happy place?" asked Abby. "Well, you store up happy, thankful thoughts that you can remember any time you need to feel good again." That night, after story time, Abby pulled the covers up tight around herself and pinched her eyes closed. "I will find my very own happy place, too," she decided. Abby remembered being at her best friend Sandra's birthday party last year. She remembered having a piece of gooey chocolate cake with frosting on top. Abby thought about how good she felt with Sandra and how much they laughed. She remembered sledding down the big hill at her grandparents' farm. Abby determined to imagine more fun things. Pretty soon she drifted off into dreamland. The next day she felt happier and played with Amos. Most of the time Abby was a good big sister. Now don't tell anyone, but she sometimes tricked him, mainly when they played hide and seek. But Abby kept Amos secrets too, like when he hid broccoli under the cushion on his chair at the kitchen table. Amos was only 4 years old, so what did he know anyway? She didn't tattle on Amos when he jumped up and down on his bed and fell off. Abby got a band-aid and put it on his sore knee. They were not supposed to jump on the beds. She had given Amos a big hug and he felt better, so they just continued playing hide and seek. It was her way to keep Amos happy while their parents were busy. Abby could tell her parents were worried sometimes, but they tried to keep positive. Things were hard for Mommy and Daddy too. The restaurant where Mommy had worked was now closed. She appreciated having more time to be at home, but instead of buying some things, she was learning to make them. Abby was glad Mommy was good at sewing. Daddy could not go to work anymore either, but he was able to work on his laptop at home. He needed Amos and Abby to play quietly so he could concentrate. But it was a great thing to have both Mommy and Daddy at home more. And that's as far as I have illustrated to date, and I will stop this, and in the next video I will show you as I illustrate a picture of the dad at a table with his laptop sitting in the corner of the bedroom. And so I'll just show you, so you see I have more pages, but they're blank. So this is page 35, and I will say thank you so much for listening, and I hope you will tune in and see all of the episodes of illustrations as we go along, and we can be companions through it all. Bye now.